time for Curries Corner, brought to you by Big Rapids Pennzoil and Auto Repair, Seth Winger at the Winger Insurance Agency, Gilbert's Carpets Plus Color Tile, Barrington Firearms and Training Center, DW2 Drywall,
the Monk Janowitz Funeral Home in Big Rapids, and the Janowitz Family Funeral Home in Remus,
and Michigan Landscape and Excavate.
There's a man named Pat Curry, he's got a passion for the news. Brings the stories of Big Rapids and across the county to you. Tune in and turn it up, let's have some fun.
Yeah, right. We're ready to go here.
Well, time flies, doesn't it?
It does.
You know, when I was gone, I was much appreciated. Bill Shibley and Lindsay came on here and did a great job. Lindsay interviewed her dad last week, was it? Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yep. Bruce Borkovich did a nice job last
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Job, yeah.
Bruce should have his own show again, eh?
Yeah. Well, we have to work on that.
Anyway, the reason I was gone, my brother Joe, he's seventh in line of the Curries. I'm number 6. Him and I were pretty tight when we were little. He moved away in his early 20s to Colorado. Then he ended up in Billings, Montana. Been there ever since. Married a gal out there, and she was from Billings, but she just recently passed away. I tell you, this is how fast life goes by and how fast suddenly you can go bye-bye. Tuesday she was talking. I went out there, my brother Steve and I, backing up a little bit. My brother-in-law Dale was nice enough to go with me and my brother Steve to be with my brother Joe. She talked to her cousin Tuesday, and Wednesday she passed without having, just gone.
Yep.
Infection in her stomach. She just thought it was just stomach ache, blah, 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 and took her to the hospital and she passed. But getting back to the good side of life, we decided to go out there, and we went up through the UP across 2. And folks, if you've never been out there, you got to go. Save up your dimes, like Randy Bleeker says, and take a trip to Billings, Montana. It's just gorgeous. You got your Custer's Last Stand out there in the Dakotas there. You go through that. And it's just beautiful. The 2 lanes going through the mountains are gorgeous. You got your Beartooth Mountains right outside of Billings. It's just a trip for the ages, I'm telling you. Michigan's a beautiful state, but when they call it the Big Sky, it is the Big Sky. And I met a lot of people out there. Billings is, 130,000 people, I guess, or something like that. Montana only has 750,000 people, I think, in the whole state. But I asked a lot of them downtown there. We were visiting the pubs, the local ones there, and what it makes Billings so great. And the number one answer is what, Bobby?
Why
do you think people like Billings, Montana, besides the beautiful?
Well, it's the sense of community, I guess, yeah.
It's a safe community.
Yeah, is it?
They like the safety, yeah. They like the safety. You can walk the streets any time of the day or night and not worry about getting jumped or...
Second Amendment's strong out there, so I don't think you want to mess around with
there's
anybody.
A lot of cowboys. Beautiful golf courses, and then your cowboys are around there, too. Yeah, they take care of their own pretty much. But anyway, came back through... Chicago area. We stopped and saw Justin, Steve's boy there, and Minnesota. Minnesota's a beautiful state. I couldn't believe the ground out there is blacker than Toby. It's really dark soil, and I can see why they grow a lot of corn.
It's all
there.
fertile,
Yeah. But Chicago wasn't much fun. I'm not going to knock Chicago. I think a lot of people like to go to visit, but their roads are terrible. They got good tow roads, though.
Yep.
They charge you for it.
They sure do.
And they got nice potholes.
Stay off the Skyway. It's the most expensive road.
Yeah. But it takes about 1,500 miles to get there, and it's a long journey. But, going through Wisconsin, Minnesota, obviously we went through the UP, and that's beautiful up there. It was a memorable trip, that's for sure.
So that's bucket list for me. I want to do 94 and 90 going out through Montana, south of North Dakota, and on out to Oregon and Washington. I definitely want to do that drive at some point. So.
But it's good to get back in the table this morning with the guys. It's hard to beat Curry's. I'll tell you what, that table of guys, we just have a great time. I see Tim Burns and Randy Wheeler back in town. Tim's back from Florida. He looks pretty good. I think he's 81 years old, and he looks like he's 71. Randy's pretty tan. Obviously, he likes to be tanned.
Right.
That Wheeler blood, they're pretty tan people. But I just wanted to talk about Russell Squires. He was from Barrington area. He just passed away recently. He had fought pancreatic cancer for several years. He was not the last of the Cowboys, but one of the last of the Cowboys from the Barrington area. He's Squires is, if you're from Barrington, you knew the Squires family. Louis was a chiropractic man over there in Scottville for many years. I don't know if he's still there or if he's retired, but I remember Russ working for Ken Ferris back when he was a kid in high school, and right out of high school, I think pretty much he got married in 1970, I think, and I should be reading his obit, but he loved horses. His passion was horses. You know, and if you were from Barrington when I was a kid, everybody worked on the oil rigs. You know, it's a small community, Barrington is, but if you didn't have a gas station like Lonnie Hansen over there, or the Williams with the cafe, or Drake or whatever, you worked in oil rigs. And Russell's brothers did, I'm sure of that, and a lot of his friends, but he elected to go with the horses. He was very successful at an early age. He went into Vietnam, got out of there, and went to, I think, Illinois, and started his own farm down there, a breeding farm in Standardbreds. He loved it. Very successful. He raised a nice family. In fact, I think his son, Russell Jr., went in the Marines. So they were a patriotic family, and you know, just your typical cowboy family, but Russell's going to be missed by a lot of people. He made a mark on life, that's for sure. So rest in peace, Russell. This morning I wanted, the last few years, I wanted to put Ron Nichols on. He's got a lot of history at Big Rapids, and you know, like before Fred Zimmerman and Joe Bayshaw, and we had a lot of other people with the history of Big Rapids. Gary Wells, what a phenomenal guy he was, you know, on the radio that time. Well, I want Ron Nichols, and it's kind of hard to pinpoint him down because he lives in Royal Oak. He was our judge and he was our prosecutor, I believe, and he was a great lawyer for a long time here in Big Rapids, and I think a realtor before that. Not so sure if he's a prosecutor or not. But anyway, he said we can call him.
Okay.
So we're going to call him. I told him right around 9 o'clock we give him a call.
We'll
He'd be
just take a
wide
break
awake
and
by then.
take that,
Yeah. But I do want to reach out to one guy, a friend of mine for a long time, went to school with him. I think he graduated a year after I did. Jim Samuels, he turned 70 years old last week while I was gone. And I told Lisa, I said, I got back home here and I see that. And I said, by golly, we got to put him up on the sign. So I'll post that on my Facebook today later on. You know, like Christmas time, you know, 2 weeks after Christmas, you'd get a card in the mail, right?
Right.
Somebody sent it on the 10th of December, and you get it on the 10th of January, so it's kind of a late card to Jim Samuels, but we all want to wish him a 70th.
Belated, yeah.
Yeah, he did a great job in our law for a lot of years, prosecutor here in Big Rapids, and he ended up being a defense attorney, but a good friend of mine, so I want to wish him 70th. Happy birthday. All right, I won't bore you anymore. We're going to take a break here for a little bit. Or do you have a song? You said something about...
Well, I'll play this for you if you want right now.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. And then we'll
because obviously we can't play music when we're on the internet streaming. So we came up with a solution. It's called Make Our Own.
Oh.
So I threw this to the band.
Okay.
Our band, which is in our
good band,
lives in our computer.
So you can do it, huh?
Yeah, so we can come up with anything. That's how I did your theme, you know.
Right.
A lot of things here on the stage. Anyway,
well, let's listen to it.
This is, you know, when we're mourning people who have passed, so I thought you'd like this.
The Curries sign stands tall, watching time roll slow. Big Rapids built with hands that sow and grow. From the station's hum to whispers in the breeze, folks we loved are gone, now resting with ease. Around the throne tonight, they shine so bright. Great Americans, their dreams took flight. Echoes in the hills, their spirits ignite. Forever in our hearts, their guiding light. Pat's voice on the waves, a tribute so kind, wrapped up in the winds that the rivers hum, tales of those who'll always come. From small town joys to a life well fought, every name's a story wisdom brought.
Was nice, Bob.
You like that?
Yeah, I like that song. That probably won't hit the top 10,
No,
but by golly, I'll tell you,
top 10.
as far as I'm concerned, I just want to take a moment, though, Bob, and tell you, I really do appreciate you. That's kindness from the big heart you have, and we all out here in Big Rapids, I know you think sometimes otherwise, but we do love you, and that's very, very thoughtful of you to do something like that. I love the words. So true.
No, thank you.
Yep.
Anyway,
All right.
the other thing that we would let you know is if you're looking in on Facebook Live, and it sounds a lot better, we have a new interface that we were able to build
Really?
for that. So now we get the better audio in there.
I want to take a minute and call Brian Miller, because today they're paying tribute to the fallen police officers up at Ferris at the Rankin Center. I call it the Rankin Center. It's the Eisler Center now. They weren't going to change names up there, but they call us the Eisler Center now, and he did a nice job.
Yep.
But I'm going to find out for sure what time it starts. Hey, Brian?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know. I got you on my phone here, but I'm on the radio. I was just informed, and I wish you would tell me, but you're having a special tribute today at 9 o'clock, right?
Yeah, we have our police memorial at the Ferris State Commons area.
Is that at the
Right,
Eisler?
University
No, if somebody
Center.
I know it's at 9 o'clock, and I know you're getting
Yes, sir.
rushed here, but if somebody wanted to come to it right now and be there by 9, how long does it last, Brian?
Oh, roughly 45 minutes.
Okay, so they could run a little late, still be there to
Yes,
pay
sir.
tribute. I
Yes,
know
sir.
I know you get a real nice crowd for it. But anyway, it's at the Eisler Center. So if they wanted to go, which way's the best way to go through? Off of Perry, straight across?
Yeah, off Perry straight across, and then there's the little parking available to the north of the University Center there.
So is there markings there that people can pull in there?
You just look for the cars and
Okay.
then the people, and we got, people are just kind of starting to show up.
Yeah.
There's a horseshoe
So-
there. People can park in that horseshoe by the Eisler
there's-
Center. Yeah.
There'd be a lot of cars there, I'm
Yeah.
sure. What every year you do this? Is at that time of the year? Is it in May always?
It's police week. It's
Okay.
National Police Week. Paying respects to those that have fallen in the line of duty.
Yeah.
So this is the 20th anniversary
Wow.
of us doing this memorial here. So our
Yeah.
keynote speaker this year is Josh Lader, retired post commander from Michigan State Police Post out of Mount Pleasant.
Okay. So you'll speak too, probably, eh?
Oh, no, not this year. I have before.
that's what I
I've been the
thought, yeah.
keynote speaker before, so has Gary Green. So,
Okay. All right.
but Josh does a great job. He'll be a great speaker.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there. As of late, have you lost any police officers that were dear to you recently? Or I know they all are, but personally,
Well,
have
they
you?
all are, but
Yeah.
fortunately,
Fortunately,
I guess
nobody.
the last one I think maybe Hillsdale lost one here in the last year. There was another one down in the Metro Detroit area.
Yeah.
So, and I might be mistaken, but I think nationwide we've had 121 so far, just in 2025.
Yeah. Standing room only there.
Which is up. I'm sorry.
If people have their chairs, can they bring their chair? It's
Oh, no,
outside.
there's bleachers. There's bleachers here.
Oh, there is.
And there
Good.
should be plenty of room. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know. I talked to the mayor. He reminded me of it. He's coming up there
Yeah,
Friday.
he's here.
Yeah, he would be.
He just
there.
walked in.
Yeah. Oh, chip off the old block, Kim.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
That's good. Well, I just wanted to let you know that if I wasn't on the radio, I'd be there. And I do kind of love police officers. If it wasn't for
Yes,
you
sir.
guys, we wouldn't have the safety in our communities that we have. So
We
thank you.
have a safe one. Anything can happen anywhere, anytime. But I think we're pretty fortunate where we live.
Yeah, we are. Well, God bless you, Brian, and we're thinking of you today and all your
All right,
comrades.
Thank you.
You
and
bet.
I will see you tomorrow morning for our show.
Okay, Brian. You bet. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, sir.
Yeah, bye. I tell you, where would we be?
Yeah, all right.
And you know, like it's going on in Grand Rapids right now with that police officer who was on trial there. They had a mistrial. Wow, we got to back these guys. I mean, if everybody just followed suit and followed the law, we wouldn't have anybody in trouble, would we, Bobby?
Nope.
What's your thoughts on that?
I always back the blue.
Yeah.
There's got to be a trial, but
Yeah.
we'll see how it comes out.
But
the
it's
problem is that you have two distinctly different sides,
Yeah.
and they're never going to be happy. Whichever way it goes, there will be one side that is not happy.
But if you just abide by the law,
Well, that's it. Yeah. If the police officer tells you to stop, stop,
Yeah.
and deal with it.
Most people do, don't they?
Yeah. Well, a lot of people do, and a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
They think that they're just there to antagonize them, but and the record shows that sometimes you had some bad apples. All right, but
I was informed this morning, jumping subjects here a little bit, that Don Thompson's going to step down from being the AD at Big Rapids Public.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, Pete Kent was telling that. I don't think it's supposed to be a secret, but we had her on here a couple of weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
And we talked about her profession and everything and how great a job she's done, and she has done a great job there. But that is awful time consuming. I'm sure she wants to spend some time with her family.
Yeah.
I see she's got a granddaughter now, and probably.
Well, she was saying that being AD, you have to be at every game and support every team, and that's in addition to her daytime duties.
Right. But I remember alluding to the fact that she was a very special teacher. Mm-hmm. She has a gift. She's very passionate about children and their education. I think she's a pretty good disciplinarian. So we wish her well. I guess she's going to step back down and be a coach. That she's a really good coach. Hopefully she'll continue that. And then teaching. So
yeah,
we're lucky.
AD is more the administrative and the coming up with schedules and things like that. So she can do a lot of good still as coach.
Yeah,
and she will, and wish her the best of luck.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, going back, you want to take a break here, and then we'll call Ron Nichols.
Phone call, so we'll do that at 9:00. But ramp up to that, and then we'll take a break.
We want to thank our sponsors, Bob. Let's talk about our sponsors.
Yeah,
for a minute.
okay. Well,
Zach Wells at Pennzoil.
Yeah,
does everything plus tires. Automotive repair. Huh?
Yep,
Zach Man.
and they are looking for a mechanic, a certified mechanic. So if you are a certified mechanic,
I'm not.
Well, you aren't. But
I dropped everything.
Zach
Bob.
is.
The only thing I got is a license to drive a car or truck.
No, there you go.
That's about it anymore.
But,
all my licenses are gone.
If you're a certified mechanic, you're looking for good work, get in touch with Zach. They are hiring. It's out on the sign. Usually where their missives are, a little bit of words of wisdom.
My brother Steve was telling me Wesco has a self-serve checkout now in their gas station down there on 31. They just built a brand new gas station down there north of Holland.
Okay.
And dropping Steve off, he showed it to me, but you go in there and there's a guy behind the counter, but you do everything yourself. Even the popcorn, you get the popcorn.
Wow.
You dish it to yourself. But that's a sign of the times. It's kind of sad because it's going to put a lot of young people out of business.
Well, you know what?
But you can't get help.
What I've read now, because they were doing that at Walmart and they have it at Meijer, but I know Walmart around the country, in some places, they're taking it out because people would put stuff under their carts and stuff, and they couldn't be checking every cart that went out.
Yeah.
So there was the amount of shoplifting actually went up exponentially since they put the self-check in now. So now, they brought back the live checkers. So
well, being that said, though, don't they have checkouts at the door? People check their bags.
Yeah, but I mean that's it depends on if they have somebody there to enforce it, and then some people take offense to that,
and it comes